What is this, Dave? What are we doing?
I think we should start. I would just want to say Hosanna, Seth.
Hosanna, Dave.
Yeah, right. So I had this idea, which I normally do, and I presented to you.
Hmm.
Um, and I was thinking about all of the movies that we saw between the ages of 11 and like maybe 15. Um, that we saw only one time and haven't seen again,
Hmm.
or haven't really seen it yet.
Because there was a lot of them.
There was there was a lot of them. We went to the we went we went to the cinema quite often.
Yeah, we
Um,
were we were we were blossoming cinephiles, and we bumped our heads a few times, made a couple mistakes, and I think this is about those mistakes.
so the premise of this is that we haven't really seen the movie since we saw it decades ago now.
Hmm.
Um, we haven't looked anything up about the movie, and we're not going to.
Right, right.
so um,
So
so
we've had like 28 years to think about these movies.
or not think about them for 20 years.
Yeah,
We're just gonna see how it rolls.
we're going to start thinking about them again after 28 years, right tonight.
Yeah, tonight. All right, but we are going to talk about movies. You want to tell them? You want to tell them? You want to discuss what movie we're going to discuss?
Yes, I do. Um, Forever Young, starring um,
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson, was in this movie.
Right. He was the male lead.
He was the main man.
He was the main man. And so the female star was.
Yasmin Bleeth.
or no, well, it could have been Yasmin Bleeth. Like that. I mean, that sounds right.
I don't know
Jenny
that she.
Garth, perhaps. Jenny Garth.
No, see, I think that's too much sex appeal. I'm thinking someone that's a little bit more girl next door or single mom next door. So maybe like Mary Lou Henner or something like that.
I like, yeah, Mary Lou Henner. So Mel Gibson,
Mary Lou
Mary Lou
Henner. You
Henner,
got your
and
double M's. We're the power couple.
so this movie is, it really is like it's like a Captain America, um, without the superpowers.
Mm.
It's about a guy in like the 30s or the 40s, maybe the 20s. I don't think the 20s, but it was like I think it was like World War II time.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And like so they had like a time machine, or like not a time machine.
Like a
Like
capsule.
they froze him, right? They
Yeah,
froze him,
so some kind of freezing device.
and to my recollection, he he wakes up because in the future, or like which was the present
Right.
of 1992. Is that when this movie
His
came out?
future, the present of the time the movie was released, and now it's
Right.
our past.
Now it's our past. But wait,
Yeah.
what year was that? I think it was
I'm saying
92.
92.
So we saw this movie because what other we wanted to see another movie,
Yeah.
and um your mom wouldn't let us see that movie because it was PG-13, and we
Oh,
were
was
not
it
yet.
really?
Yeah, we weren't 13. We weren't yet.
The way I remember us deciding on like what movie we would see is like I guess it'd either be the Inquirer or the Daily Times, but it'd be like the Sunday section, and it would just be like the splash page of just like movie ads.
Yeah.
And we would go to whatever, not necessarily whatever like appealed to us, but whatever we could get into.
But like they remember they had like little like synopsises of each of the movies with like stars. Did they have stars by them, or were they just
Yes.
synopsises?
Depends on the paper. I think, yeah. Well, I think they both had reviews. They had stars because Roger Ebert was syndicated in the Daily Times, and I thought he actually wrote for the Daily Times. I grew up thinking that. Was it the Daily Times?
I mean, he technically did if they published his review.
Yeah, but did he know that?
Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. So, And then like under those synopses, they'd have these uh, like what like like why is the movie rated this or whatever, and it was like um so whatever we wanted to see. What movie did we want to see? There was a movie that we wanted to see that your mom was like no, and normally my mom or one of our other friends' parents were usually the sticks in
Yeah,
the mud. Your
right.
mom was never like but for whatever reason she was worried about our souls.
Yeah, well,
But
I mean,
this
I think that the movie probably warned of adult situations.
no, that's
Um,
what this movie warned of.
that's what I'm saying.
But
Oh,
what
right. No,
yeah,
because that. Okay. So, what movie were we wanting to see? I don't know, but I
um,
would say like a good guess would be Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
see, I think you're right. I think you're right. And I feel like I remember us like then seeing it later.
Yeah, and we
um,
eventually saw it.
we eventually saw it, but so like this was PG. Like
We won
so
that war
we were older then, right? I guess like two
by
3
2 or 3 weeks.
um, and uh, and so your mom was like, "Oh, I don't know about this one either. It has adult situations." I was like, "We're almost adults," and I like zinged her,
Yeah.
and she
No,
was
and
like,
what are adult
"My, you're a
situations?
handsome one, Dave." She's always said that.
Yeah, she's a good
Never said
mom.
that. Never said
Yeah.
that.
Oh, really?
I'm sure she has, like under
I can
breath.
approach her about that if you want me to.
No,
Okay.
because it's not genuine. Then
But coming from her, it would be. Especially if she's forced to do it. What were
so
we
wait,
saying?
so back to the movie. So she did let us see it, and we went to the movie. So if we were not 13, we were like 12 and 11.
Uh-huh.
And you're a parent. Would you let your 11-year-old son just go to the movies by himself?
No.
No, I don't. I think things have changed so much since
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I
like
guess I don't know. I mean, eh, I- he's 12 now. This movie came out. I can't envision Luke, my 12-year-old, insisting on seeing Forever Young.
I don't remember why he was frozen, and I like he definitely had like a love interest or something like in at that point. Like I don't know, maybe she like I don't know, but like he's discovered by this young kid who was played by I think it was Elijah Wood. It's probably not Elijah Wood, but like in my mind, like Elijah Wood played all of those roles
That's a
in
good
this
guess.
in this in those movies.
No, that's a good guess. I mean,
You think
I
it's
I
Elijah
would
Wood?
say like a young Anthony Michael Hall.
It's like young Anthony Michael Hall.
Yeah, he showed up.
He just
He
showed up.
yeah, he got casted. Or Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Okay.
I think
Um.
that's good.
Uh, uh, JCT. Whatever happened to him? He's
I
still
think
doing
he's
it.
just riding high on Forever Young money. What's
He's,
the point of
he's,
ever
he's
going back
just
to
doing that
work?
forever young money. It's coming. And so he takes him home to his mother. Um. And who was that again? Mary Lou Henner? Is that
Yeah, I think we're gonna settle on Mary Lou Henner.
we're
I think that's
we're gonna? I don't remember what else happens in the movie. Like I don't like. There's a plot in the movie. Like I feel like at one point, I, like Mel Gibson beats somebody up in a bar
yes.
or or something like to
So that's a
um
that's a prerequisite for these
for
like
these
the tropes of these movies, right?
and also like a kid like being like your sidekick. So he like grows and like
Yeah, I mean, in any fish out of water, there's like some world weary kid who's
yeah
he's got no friends. He's got like a baseball and like a toad,
yeah.
right? That's what he's got. He comes across some dude who's frozen. He tries to hide him from his mom.
Does he hide
Um,
him?
I'm
Oh,
guessing this is
does he
if I'm
hide him?
I don't know, but this sounds like it's this sounds like if I'm following the common trope thread to make this movie cohesive. If I was going to redo this, if my pitch meeting would be, he Jonathan Taylor Thomas / Elijah Wood / young Anthony Michael Hall finds this guy, unfreezes him, best friends. They like
Best friends.
instant connection. So out goes the toad and the baseball. He's got a new best friend. Takes him to a bar. I don't know. The guy goes to a bar and he does something that annoys the guy at the end of the bar. the or like he'll
He's like
take the guy.
yeah, the guy
He
at the end.
takes
He's
his
like,
seat,
yeah,
right?
yeah. He's like, yeah, yeah, definitely takes a seat. Yeah.
And it's Gary Busey or Michael Ironside or something.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely Michael Ironside.
Okay.
Definitely, yeah, that's definitely him.
And fisticuffs.
Uh-huh.
And this is what's going to happen. I guarantee it. Again, there's no way to ever find out if this is true or not because
No,
this movie came out in 1992.
we won't know.
Is Mel Gibson gets beat up. Michael Ironside. Mel Gibson gets beat up, and the boy takes him back and tries to like put an ice pack on his mouth or something in the house. And then Mary Lou
like a thing
Henner
of
comes
peas.
in and like,
A thing of peas.
why are you hanging out with an old dude who
Well, it's
I'm
not an old
falling in
dude.
love
It's,
with?
yeah, like it's Mel Gibson. Like it was an early '90s Mel Gibson, and that guy, um, was
Peak,
smoking.
Peak, Pete Gibson.
So, yes, it's Pete Gibson. It's definitely Pete Gibson. I wonder, like, so I don't. All I remember at the end of this movie is that Mel Gibson like finds out that the love of his life from like decades and decades beforehand is like alive or something, and then somehow he de-ages or something, or not de-ages, ages out. I don't know. Like there's definitely like a cliffside like shot, where you see the cliffs.
Yes, and that's I remember that.
Yeah, and there's like water. I think like he got old and they just pushed them in. That's what like. But what happens to Mary Lou Henner's character then? That she like develops a thing for Mel Gibson.
I think that like she has to learn how to say goodbye. She gets nothing,
Hmm?
She doesn't get anything. This isn't about her. She learns to love again, but then has to say goodbye because he's old. They're on I remember the cliff. I mean, I guess I like the fact that we were both moved by the same visual metaphor.
I think that's the plot of this movie. Like I don't like it sounds right. I don't really remember what else. Like I feel like we're missing. There's definitely a subplot that we're missing, but I don't know. But it affected me that I feel like this is one of the first times where I came home and was like, gosh, that Mel Gibson is handsome. Oh. And like the next question was like, oh, does that mean I'm not getting married to a lady? Nah.
Did you think that Mel Gibson was the man for you?
He's Pete Gibson.
Yeah, well, that was Pete Gibson.
He was Pete Gibson at the time,
yeah.
Like
yeah.
he was.
He has since. I think he has since kind of found himself on a slippery slope of
a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't. So I also remember like years later, I was like sitting on the toilet and my mom had like a Reader's Digest in the bathroom, and it was like all about like how like happy and healthy and functional his life is.
So
I was like, that Gibson, he has it all. Like he has it all.
Yeah.
He did Maverick after this, didn't he?
Did what?
He did Maverick after this, didn't he? It's a movie called Maverick where he was.
Yeah, he was.
I never saw it. I just saw a lot of trailers for it.
He was in a movie called The Man Without a Face, and I think that's not something I saw, but that's something that I kind of associate with this movie too. Like I feel like they kind of maybe that was the sequel to this.
That sounds right, because like when he gets pushed off a cliff, there goes his face.
There goes his face.
And so wait, does he come back? Well, I guess in that movie, he comes back and haunts Jonathan Taylor Thomas / Elijah Wood / a young
Anthony Michael Hall
and his mom, Mary Lou Henner. Or maybe I feel like Mary Lou Henner probably didn't do that movie because she was good with this. It was like a Silence of the Lambs Hannibal thing.
I was just gonna say that, yeah. So they got Julianne Moore in.
Yeah. Does he kill them all? Is that what happened?
Yeah, and I think in the opening scene.
Oh, and then we just go through he just kills them forever young, not we put that behind us. Now I'm a man without a face.
Yeah.
That franchise just got dark.
It did, yeah.
That just good
I just,
because
I'm hoping for the promised trilogy to be fully realized.
I don't know. He's not Pete Gibson anymore. I think
Oh, no. Oh well.
because I feel like if you're in a movie called Man Without a Face, and then like I feel like he has to get his face back, right? If he's Pete Gibson, like if he's yeah.
So this movie would be him getting his face back.
The third one.
Yeah,
Okay.
face back.
Face. I mean, we could be wrong about some things in this movie. There's no way to find out.
Never.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. But this is to the best of our recollections, and for me, I believe out of the list that we've compiled, this is the one I remember the most.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it affected me. It affected me.
This might be the one that I remember the least. So.
This is going to get interesting as we.
Yeah, there's going to be a big power dynamic struggle between us as we try to muscle our way through these movies. We're going to learn a lot about each other and about ourselves.
All right, awesome. Well, till the next one.
Until the next one.
Scumps.
Scumps.